Hey everybody, this is Steve at 1000 Year Home. Welcome aboard. So I think today, rather than working the Connex, which I should be doing, I'm going to go ahead and make myself happy. And what would make myself happy is not seeing a junky side yard with cardboard on the ground. So let rotate. Yesterday, I don't know which order these will come in. I put one of these hand crank dump truck for the back end of your tailgate. The only problem is this is the modern tailgates are a lot thicker than the device. So if you look, you could see that I had to just let the screws toggle. I think it'll be okay. We'll find out. I'm just moving dirt. I'll put 800-900 pounds in there at a time. Won't be at 2,000 pounds. But and then you put your hand crank in here and you hand crank it. And the only other thing is I might end up stapling that board on there because my opinion is as I crank, dirt's going to be falling off the back. But if I had it folded over that, one, I would be able to drag it and drop it easier, and two, it'll come up as a whole. So, all right. So it's still morning. It's early morning, like 7-ish or something like that, and a little cold at 49. I'm out here without my jacket or my hat. I just got up, and my garden was bothering me so much that I've been out there planning all day long. So anyway, I that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, it's so toasty warm in here. Love it when the coffee's ready. Yeah, I came in. The coffee's ready. All right, I'll update you throughout the day as I get that garden done. So all right, I'm going to get my 25-foot trailer. This thing, let me rotate. We haven't tested it out yet, but I did note that, right, it doesn't clamp on right. And look, the first load of dirt did that. So, this thing come off of there a little bit. The straps weren't enough. They weren't torqued down enough. But I think as I crank it with the crank, I'll pull it in. Oh, I hope I didn't bury the crank. Where did I put it? Whoo-wee. All right, so this is what I got, sandy loam, but I thought, man, I'll push this topsoil off, and look, I hit clay right in there. So I've decided that I'm going to have to keep raking the weeds out of there. I took it with the weeds and the clover, and I don't know, but hey, that's the topsoil in Texas, like what do I got? Like a quarter inch of topsoil. Oh man, that's how I'm going to get all that cattle manure and everything. 2 bucket loads. Oh, I'm going to guess a quarter yard in there, maybe 500-600 pounds or so, maybe. It's wet, so maybe. All right. Well, that's what I have. So let me take a look here. I don't think you could see me back in the weeds when I was back in there scooping out. It didn't take long, 10 minutes. I think if I bring the trailer and if it'll pull back in here, it's probably the right answer, because I could take that dumper and I could mount it to the trailer just like a tailgate. But looky here. That's not even 3 inches before I start hitting clay. You can see I cut a bunch of clay out of there. Well, Clay does not grow plants, people. I mean, junipers and cactus, but, you know, beans and corn, they're not going to like that no oxygen to the roots thing, you know. But on the bright side, let's put the bright side. Clay is what you need to build a pond, and I got that pond will be. So once I scrape this topsoil off, and I am going to take it with the weeds, I'm going to scrape me off what the pond will be in shape around these trees, and I'll make this my gravel pit. But you know, earth bag home, I might be in a little trouble. I might be too heavy of a clay. I might have to have some loads of sand brought in. I can't get enough sand out of here. I was hoping for 3 foot of, like the other place where I was digging, I had, you know, maybe 2-3 foot of sand before I hit clay. Back here in this corner, 3 inches, and I'm hitting clay. Really something. Well, let me put you on pause, drive this load out of here, feel how it goes through. That pick-em-up truck is, you know, it's got 4x4 suspension, but you saw when I dropped that dirt, I think they protested a little bit. You tell you 1,500. What should I get out of there? 3,000 pounds, maybe. So I'm maybe 1/3, maybe 1/3. I ain't worried, but I do have to go up a couple of holes, so we'll find out how that works out. All right, went through the first little arroyo, no problem at all. Coming up on the next one, let's see what the back end looks like when I go through it. See if I can get me and the back end at the same time. So this arroyo here is 4 foot deep that I'm going to go through, and I'm right at the crown of it. Let's go through, and I'll focus on the back end, see if it scrapes the tailgate. I heard a bump. That might be what's knocking that crank out of there, right? Back in the cow pasture. Let me jump out real quick and see if I snagged the dump truck doodad on that. Maybe not, but I did hear a little bit of a protest. All right, we'll find out if that thing, it didn't fall off. Oh, I forgot to screw everything together and tighten everything up. Got late last night. Woo! Got too much to do. Need to clone me. All right, well, getting that dirt and talking and doing all this took about a half hour. That wasn't much. If I was working without filming, 20 minutes. All right, let's find out if this works. I'm gonna guess if I had to dig that all out by hand out of the back of the bed of this truck, 10-15 minutes plus what it cost my back. Let's see what it is to crank it out. All right, it just went tight. Really having to put my back into this thing. This is not an easy crank, let me tell you. But looky there. I would say that that's pretty successful. I'm just going to crank it all in one spot and I'll spread it around. Shovels and whatnot. I'm leaving these mesquite that are scratching at my face. Oh my goodness. Come on now. All right, you asked for it. You asked for it. Wow. Hopefully that won't come flinging back to knock me out. All right, keep cranking, internet. Keep cranking. Woo-wee, I'm telling you. This is a cranky doodles here. I don't know. I would not know how a human being... Look, I'm already tearing the metal, I think. Now is somebody gonna crank 2 tons out of here? They're not cranking 2 tons out of here, I'll tell you that. Looky there. All right, Internet. I forgave it early on. Last night I gave it a 7. You can look at that yourself and see that is not 2 tons of dirt. Now, come on. Not in a million years. Not in a million years. That would not last the season. That's, listen, I buy stuff from Harbor Freight that's disposable. And I don't know what I paid for this. I'll look it up online. Somewhere between 30 and 100 bucks, I bet. All it did was steal time from me. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. All right, I didn't do anything fancy there, right? Man, I wish that would have worked, though. Listen, that little dump truck thingy has got to work for some people, or else they wouldn't be knocking them off. But I would say do not buy. Don't even bother. I have wasted my money. The time I spent setting that up last night, I could have pulled my trailer and just, I don't know. I think I'll fill up a trailer with enough dirt to do one of these gardens at a time. And then I'll bring my tractor back around and I'll just unload the trailer with the tractor. I think that will be a much more honest and fair way to do it. I was busting butt there, man. There is no way that a human being could crank 2,000 pounds out of that handle. There is no way. If you molybdenum sulfide this thing, but, they're telling me that, I should be doing this on my paint instead of on my, my mat. My mat is not a grippy mat. It's a slidey mat. So it's got a little lubricant in it. And no. Man, good idea. You would have to have core steel and gears on that crank. You just can't have a metal, cheap metal rod. It was way too thin, punched steel. It tore with the very first crank. And again, I'm nowhere near 2,000 pounds, y'all. I could just go on and on. And it didn't fit my modern tailgate, which has the step-out thing. It didn't fit that either. Well, I'll finish digging this dirt out, and I'll throw it where I want it to be, and readdress how I'm going to do this garden today. That's so much easier to order stuff in and just have a guy show up with a truck and dump it in. Trust me on that. But I am way out in nowhere land, and delivery fees is more than the cost of the dirt. And I got my own 30 acres. I should be using it, right? All right. But on the Harbor Freight 2,000 pound bed liner dump truck did not work at all. Just cost me time and money. Catastrophic failure. I mean, you all saw I got 6 cranks out of that. That is not to 2,000 pound thickness of metal. That's a 16th inch, just not even carbon steel, just regular old, shoot, I don't even know if it's not aluminum. I don't have much high hopes out of Harbor Freight, or Hobo Freight, sometimes they call it. But I had hopes on this thing of at least letting me fill up my garden and then fall apart. So am I going to take it back? No, I'm not going to take it back. I'm going to use that fabric right there on my driveway over the culvert. So between that and the solar shade, and I've got landscape fabric here. Once I bring in gravel for the driveway, I'm just going to repurpose that Clamp, I probably can't use that for anything. Well, anyway, I'm whatever it cost me. I don't care if it was $100. I know it wasn't over $100, but yeah, don't buy it. Don't buy it. There's no way that picture on that box showed, all kinds of, 2,000 pounds of concrete gravel in the back of a truck. This was 800 pounds of dirt. A fraction of 40% of what it's rated for. And nothing worked out for me as these didn't fit. I didn't check and see if it damaged my bed. I doubt it. This is my city truck. I'm trying to keep it in good shape, and things keep happening to it. Well, that side, it didn't mar that side. I would say it did not mar that side, so at least it didn't mar it. But didn't do it either. All right, I like the idea of using my my trailer to do that. How much dirt did I get in here? Let's look. I got a ways to go to fill up a garden, right? I like the trailer and the tractor idea. Like, subscribe, follow me along. Do as I say, not as I do, because I do a lot of crazy stuff. Put down in the comments if you too were going to buy a tailgate dump truck. If you do, buy one with worm gears and, carbon steel. I don't know what the things would cost. I bet you for the price of whatever that doodad would be, you could probably rent a dump trailer for 2 days or 3 days and get that done. I might end up with a dump trailer. I might do that idea. Let's see if I could get this job done with the tools that I have at the time. We'll find out.